but I wanted to go through how to most effectively use the attachment. Um, Here's the downside, guys, is you might not be able to download the PDF attachment that you can see right here. Um, but what I did was I actually went through and with the assignment that I'm expecting you to do for the beginning portion of our Amazon rainforest unit, what I did was I also went in and took this handout here and then I cut it out, cut it down into pieces, zoomed in on certain areas so that you guys could use it more effectively. And so that's what I wanted to go through with this video right now. So if, in case you're wondering, and maybe you'll have more luck if you go to the source, but this is the source that I used right here. Um, but if you're fine with and you trust my judgment, then you're able to just, completely go right into it. So a couple of things to keep in mind. The Amazon rainforest in general, think about the learning that you're going to be doing for this unit is all of the life and vegetation within that environment. Because then we're going to look at the human impact on that environment. And to better understand the full value, it would help you guys to know all the different things, all of the different life that exists within the Amazon rainforest. So, a couple of tips for success. There's three different types of rainforest that we'll be looking at. There are so many different pieces of vegetation, meaning like trees and plants, but then also animals within each different type of rainforest. And that's what the following slides are going to kind of detail. Big picture, environmental interaction. How do the plants and the animals interact with each other? Because that is how a habitat, as you've learned in your science classes, that is how a habitat functions. And again, then we can bring the human factor into it, and so you can really understand that human environment interaction piece. So hopefully by this point that you're watching this, you have read through the agenda, you know exactly what the learning goal is, but essentially you guys are going to be going through and learning about these three different main types of rainforest within the Amazon rainforest. And this set of slides hopefully will help you zooming in. So what I'm about to go through, here is the big picture. And again, if you open up that PDF and you are able to download it and zoom in, then you can do that no problem at all. This is for those who might be limited to a Chromebook, and Chromebook downloads with PDFs might provide a little bit more difficulty. So here's kind of plan B. But if you look, you'll see on each or in each little section how there's little snippets written up, and there's tons of stuff everywhere. So that's what each of these slides are. This is a little bit of an introduction. Here is the three different types kind of summarized, and then each of the following slides goes into more detail. And so this is where you guys are going to probably want to use your zoom in tool. So as you can see that I'm doing right now, and I'm sorry, my computer is slow, but as you can see, you're zooming in. I'm going to look at that section on flooding, go back to my cursor, and then you're going to be using these bars a lot. But so I want to read this section on what flooding looks like in the Agapo forest. And so that's where I would go. What I would suggest you guys do as you're navigating through these slides, um, you'll notice right here, flooding and flooding, this part is the exact same as this part. It just happened to be cut off because if you look at that big picture, you'll see that there was a ton of things that was a ton of information that was all condensed into one image that you zoom in on. Okay. So if there's something that I can help you do to narrow down your time, otherwise it's easy for you to get lost in the forests, I would encourage you guys to preview exactly what you need to do for the assignment. Okay. Here's a good one. Types of forests. I told you there were three of them, and I summarized that I think on the the fifth slide. So you have three different types. And what you would do is you would simply write those answers because every single one of you was given a copy of this, but every single one of you would write in this first one, you'd probably want to do the Agapo, and then you would probably want to do the Varzea, and then the third one is the Terra Firme. Those are the three different types of forests. And you are about to learn about the different types of tree adaptations. If this is really a big issue for you, this is where I'd like you to please check in with me during office hours or set up an appointment with me so that we can go through this in detail. At the very least, if you're having a hard time navigating through, then that's where I can come into play. Now, what's going to happen though is if you reach out to me, I will be walking you through how to navigate this stuff and where to navigate. So I'm still going to make you work for it. So just keep that part in mind. To save some time, once again, go through this handout first. Go through this handout first so that you can see all of the different tasks that you are going to be responsible for completing. All right. All of your answers, you'll see it says answer. You simply have to click in that box. You can delete answer, and then you can type out what you think your correct answer is. That simple. And then when you're done with this, you are going to turn it in for a grade. Please let me know if you have any other questions, but for the most part, I think we're pretty much good to go. Hopefully, you guys will use this tool appropriately. I know this is a lot, and I know that the technology could be very difficult for this one, hence what this tutorial is for.